Why do I feel like I'm being force-fed? What's wrong with this picture? On the front page of every newspaper yesterday and on all of the media, there was and still is an obsession with this so-called party or loads of parties that may or may not have happened a year ago in the midst of COVID restrictions. Every news outlet was talking about it. In fact, that's all they really talked about. Look, I'm no fan of rule breakers. I'm an advocate of wearing masks, social distancing, vaccines, etc., 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 and even chuck my hand in to support vaccine passports if, and that's if, there was any proof that they were actually working. But the rules were there to keep us safe. And let's be honest, who didn't bend them just slightly? In the meantime, real things are happening to real people right now. So, like the problem with people arriving here in the UK after crossing the Channel via dinghies, the Nationality and Borders Bill is silently passing through. There's been storms in Scotland and people without power, which we breezed over. Petrol prices still sky high despite the wholesale price falling. Energy companies going bust. On my last count, that figure was at 28, with more suspected before the year is out. Do we have enough lorry drivers now? What about healthcare staff and social care? What are we doing about that? Have we forgotten little Arthur Labinjo Hughes? That was only last week. And we're still dealing with COVID, the new Omicron variant, and, of course, bird flu now has chucked its hand into the ring. There's an elephant in the room, and if you care to look and stop yourself from being blindsided by all the unyielding coverage, you'll see it. When I listened to PMQ's midweek, the question that was picked up was this one.
How does the Prime Minister sleep at night?
What a rubbish question. Here's a real question. Why did the person who leaked this information about the party wait until now? Why would they sit on this information for a whole year? Come on, people, something doesn't smell right, seriously. Yes, I understand that we, the people, made sacrifices, we couldn't see our loved ones, and restriction caused a whole heap of misery, but it was to protect ourselves. If a load of stupid people, and let's face it, there were loads, don't follow the rules, especially rules which they themselves have created because they think that COVID won't affect them, they're wrong. Boris himself got COVID and almost died. COVID is a virus. It will do what it wants. It doesn't care whether you have broken a rule and given it an opportunity to spread. It just wants to infect people. Yes, I do believe that people who break the rules should be punished. But how big a story is that? And why weren't they punished a year ago? And does it really warrant the almost blanket coverage it received? I have no allegiance to any political party, but you only need to look across the pond and see the knee-jerk reaction and the hate for Trump, which has led to anyone but Trump getting in. Well, Sleepy Joe has his hand on the tether now. Are you impressed? You did see his handiwork in Afghanistan and the fact that he either looks asleep or is actually asleep. I'm afraid this is politicking to the extreme. I have no idea what charisma bypass Keir Starmer and his party stand for, but distractions like this help him avoid explanation. So be careful what you wish for.